everybody. Oh boy. Again in hyperspace. Give me a second. I need to fix this, of course. Up reverb. Okay, shut down. Yeah, here we back again, another live stream. And I had a video from David again. He is most likely again in the chat room about the 80s bass from TimeCop, this movie from the 80s, 1983. Seems that the Poly 6 was used, and David had the idea, hey Rob, let's check this if we can create this one with, for instance, SubBoomBass. So I'm checking the chat room here. Give me 1 second. Everything is working. Yeah. Kaa, yeah. David, you are in it. Yeah, your mail was on time. Only I was a bit late, so I just started, I think 20 minutes before this, and so David talked about a bass sound, which is a typically 80 bass, and what I noticed in this track, I took part of it. Seems that the Poly 6 was used, and I have it here. I can, so you see, I took the tempo. It's 90 beats per minute. So, oops, now it's gone. It's 98. Where's my? Oh, here it is. Down here, you can see it. 90 beats per minute, something like that. And no, what's what you hear in it, I play short part of it, otherwise I get a copy strike, is that at that time they recorded everything on tape. So what you hear is very interesting, is that the sequence played, but the moment when the bass drum is playing, that you hear a kind of natural ducking. So hear it. You also can hear a little bit of phasing, which is the chorus inside. So David also sent me, I'm not sure if this is from the original Poly 6 or from the software version of Poly 6. That maybe David could mention. David is a Kaa in the chat room. Everybody, hello. So. So I plays a few different notes. So and of course it's the case that the Poly 6 has only one oscillator and a sub-oscillator, so it doesn't have two oscillators. So the sub-oscillator puts an octave below the original tone. It produces this, yeah, essentially 1 octave lower, also this sub-oscillator sound. So yeah, of course, you need to keep in mind that if you hear this bass in the mix, in the original one, that it is mixed for, maybe also for an album. And what they do, if they made vinyl of it, most of the time they took off a little bit of the low end, because too much low end and making vinyl, that could cause some issues. So it's a bit thinner than maybe from the original one. So that's the original one, and David mentions that the one I just played also was done from the software Poly 6. So yeah, of course, in the software they had, of course, the precise setting of the chorus, because what you can hear is that the chorus is used. So let's play again what I did with SubBoomBass-2. So I have a bass drum from Punch, simply a dry bass drum, and then I played also this sequence. Okay, let's see, now it should pop up. and I made a few variations. So this one is number 3, and here I use the square wave with symmetry modulation, because maybe that's also used in the original one. It's a bit hard to detect. So in the other preset I saw, if I'm not wrong, let me see. He had also an image of this patch. Let me see if I can grab this image. Okay. Okay, here we have the Poly 6, and of course I know this synthesizer. When it came, we at that time were in the studios, 1982. Then it came. It was together with the Uno 60, and what you can see here is that in this build-up, it has one oscillator, and have this sub-oscillator. There's a sub-oscillator. You can go 1 octave down, 2 octave down, but also has this pulse width modulation. So the question is, of course, what is used? Is it the saw or maybe the pulse width modulation? And then, of course, you can see inside here you have the chorus. So the chorus is also most likely used. So, and of course, I will use that also in my attempt. So I did here also in the first attempt. I go to sequence TimeCop 1. Okay. And by the way, it's this very simple sequence. It's simply a 16th note. There's no delay used, so maybe that could also be a possibility, but I don't think so. Maybe he used a delay, and then I shut down and make the mono delay. I don't think so. I think that's a dry sound, mono delay. I think it's how I did it, simply by dry sound having. So yeah, I mean the Poly 6, we don't have the setting for the chorus, of course. And listening to the sound, you need to the mix, you need to keep in mind that they most likely also change maybe something of the EQ. You never know. It's they could have a on the mix is always a compressor for sure. At the 80s, you use a compressor, tape saturation you have. So it looks a bit more brighter than the one I have. So I could check that. But mine will still have more. Any chorus, of course. Yeah, so this would be version 1, and it's a typically 80s sound, of course, safe preset. Then I made version 2. By the way, I need to mention that in version 1, I really kept it to one oscillator, you see, so waveform. And the sub-oscillator, if you go to the right, you produce a square waveform, 1 octave lower. You get the saw wave is on this range, and then you 1 octave lower, it adds the square wave. So yeah, it's FM synthesis. No, well, it's not FM synthesis. Maybe for some region they have maybe a bit of a. You mean this gritty thing of this bass in this original track? It's not FM, that's pretty sure, but it well could be a bit of the distortion of the analog mixer at that time that simply adds a typical type of harmonics. And what we could do, of course, if this is the first version, it's maybe post saturation. So then it gives also a little bit of a distorted thing, a very tiny bit. Yeah, we see people from Japan. It's 4:00 a.m. Oh, you're very early, Mr. Toshihiro Kisaka. Very nice, of course. The nice that are people from around the planet, and yeah. It's of course the case that I have a certain time for live streaming, but maybe I should do it also at another time someday, so that so other areas. So that would be maybe in the early morning that I should do one, which would be maybe in the evening for other ones. Yeah, that could be an idea. So yeah, I have this one. Maybe this I will make save preset as version 5. So you see, I made quite some of them. Yeah, you can do so many things, just little changes, and of course that's very hard to reproduce, which setting they have with the envelope amount. And yeah, as mentioned, the original record is recorded on tape, is EQ'd, so the sound always will be different. For sure what you hear is that they cut off the low end, because if you play now the original track, you hear that the low end is a lot less. It's almost thin, very thin. So and if you cut the low end, everything which is mid and high gets up. So so maybe this is even a bit too warm sounding. Yeah, let's go to the other one. And I even used, yeah, maybe number 4 is more closer. But what I will do anyhow, and you can experiment with that, is I will make in the download section all 5 of them available, and then you play around. So what you can do, modulation wheel I address, you can make it darker. So what you can do is simply tweak a bit the decay, sustain, and the cutoff. So yeah, that's what you could do yourself. I think this one is pretty, one is much brighter, yeah. Okay, so I see some other people up. We talk about some 80 basses created, and this is from a movie, and it's called TimeCop, and the song was On the Run. You can find it on YouTube. I picked a little part of it to recreate the sound with SubBoomBass-2 a bit. So we have four versions. Let's play them again, all of them, and then we go to our next idea. Version 1, version 2 now. Version 3. Version 4. is not so good. That's a bit better. Okay, so I save this one. Of course, I need to give them a category. I give them, so all at the same time, analog bass. It's a sequence also that I do. Okay, a clean sound it is. And so I make these for you in the info section below YouTube. You can download. I put it in a zip, copy it over to the if you are on PC, to documents /Papen /SubBoomBass-2 /bank folder in the folder you like to have it. So it's 4, 5 in total, and tweak around yourself as well. And what I could do, which I should do, is also do something with the XY, because now nothing happens. So the trick is, if you go to the XY, double click, sets the dot in the middle, I go to command and I have a preset here, XY to filter 1, and then it's in the XY already addressed to the filter and the resonance. So if I change it here, you can, okay, I now of course need to save it, so I will do this in all the 4 presets, give it a setting in the XY, so if you move the XY, that something is changing the sound. So okay, number 3. So this is the trick about the presets, and it's of course the case that each section of SubBoomBass-2 has the option to have presets or features. So okay, yes, save preset, and then I should the last one, and of course feel free to edit these sounds. Maybe it's a good base for simply one of your own tracks. Okay, so if I'm correctly, you see the X has the filter changes, and if you move up, it increases the resonance. And this is the case with, oh, this one I forgot to save again. So these are, so hopefully, David, this was okay for you. Yeah, that was last week. Yeah, that was the Reese bass. So maybe you did miss last week the live stream. You can watch it back in the playlist YouTube live streams, and there you still can download these presets in the info section of YouTube. We did, of course, some regular, you say that, yeah, typically presets things which now also appearing in the latest release. So we had this, let me see where we can find it. Yeah, the illusion bass, which was taken off this video, so from the band, so this illusion track. Okay, so I'm checking the chat room. I see many people, some few ones. Everyone, welcome. Yeah, so yeah, David is happy with these. So that's cool. If you have any idea for presets, just let me know. And I'm just checking here in the chat room, because that's a good thing, because what I need to do now, because Gert also did send me a sequence. Now, that one I forgot. I think I should forward that one. And I need to check that one out. So what we will do now is, in the meantime, I'm looking for this email with the preset from Gert. In the meantime, Tom Aldrich made us happy again today with a new demo song. And let me tell you guys what it's inside of it. Of course, you hear a Hammond organ, which is not part of us. But that doesn't matter. He uses a so need to go to Tom uses for bass is B.I.T, bit, piano is Predator, maybe it's a real piano, SubBoomBass for percussion and arp. Then he has a Young Quinn B3 from Contact Library. And he's trying to work on a stutter preset, which I already heard inside of it. I think it's pretty okay how we added that. So in totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instruments. And it's called Shanghai. So let's have a listen. And in the meantime, I check for this mail from Gert because that slipped today. So let's listen to Tom already early today with Shanghai. Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, in the meantime, I found the presets from Gert, so that's cool. We played, of course, at the end of the show again. And okay, so give me a second. Yeah, multiple seconds, of course, not 1 second. So let me see if I can do it this way. I need to copy it over, so SubBoomBass-2. So the presets would be everything for SubBoomBass-2, and I dropped them now in the ROP folder. Okay, and then so I'm not sure if it's all for SubBoomBass-2, but if it's for SubBoomBass-2, it will pop up in the list. So To be sure, this. Okay, manager. Yeah, that sounds very evangelist-alike. From Spiral, yeah, I know Spiral. And this sounds very simple. Only it starts very low. I'm not sure if it's the original is that low as well. Nice, very nice. Gert, I'm checking out the chat room because the screen moved away. And okay. So let's see, Gert, if there's more, because there were more priests. Oh yeah, here we see some other one. So very 80s. Nice. So there's another preset from Gert, and Gert, which is 60, and you know 60. That's very nice, and especially if you have that one, of course. So if I, okay, maybe. Mono delay. F3. So I'm uploading not uploading, increasing the tempo. 120. Nice bass. Yeah, most likely you guys maybe saw this latest YouTube video which I created. Yeah, it's indeed Sweet Dreams a bit. So it's pulse width modulation. Essentially, a sound is also a preset is also a starting thing. So you see, I'm tweaking around with Gert his preset, just changing the cutoff frequency, adjusting the envelope and the envelope amount, and you have so many variations. It's you need to put essentially a B.I.T over it. Oh, bad sound. yeah, that's nice combination. There's a bit weird, the second note, but you see you can go very 80s with these machines. So also with that's another thing. If you're playing a sequence, you see my note. You not always keep on playing. Also, can do it only one moment. See some a nice sequence sound by Gert. Bass 60 plus 106. I added it a bit, so Gert, is it okay that we put this also together in the info section so that the other ones can download it? So I saved this one as version 2 because I changed a little bit. So Gert version was this one. And I made it darker. And you see, totally different sound simply by changing some of the filter settings. Okay, but Gert had more. Gert had also the J's here. Let's see what that one is. Ah, the J's from Georgia Moroder. Now I get... I need to play, of course, the... I need to shut down the... 1 second. Because I played some notes. You see here is the punch bass drum, only playing a bass drum. I need to mute that one so it doesn't play, but it's from Georgia Moroder, The Chase. Yeah, it's a very cool song. Let's see, so. Okay, where is it? SubBoomBass. I would do it without reverb and then put a mono delay. Very nice, Gert. Is it okay, Gert, that I saved this one with the mono delay? I'm checking here. Yeah, save preset, Gert. Okay. Checking here the chat room. So I'm checking the chat room here. Yeah. So yeah, we put them in the info section. So we have the variation Gert 2. This one should be then renamed Gert 1. And you nailed it, Gert, with the chase. Nice. Okay, then he... Ha! Great. Yeah, that one is perfect, Gert. Yeah, very nice. Very well done. So that one people will love, definitely. It's also from Spiral, from Vangelis, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Vangelis is now recently doing more with classical instruments, but yeah, I like him best on synthesizers. Very cool. Dervish. That also this song was called. Yeah, very good. Very, very, very good. And then we have EQ7 bass cat. Okay, I'm wondering what that one will be. Gert Moroder. Good one. So that's it. That doesn't ring a bell. Then Experiment as I've heard. I think rename. Maybe it was too long. I think Experiment Science Fiction Gert. I think it's. These sounds are very often very nice. Resonance of the yeah. Now it's more like a yeah, it's indeed experimental. If it sounded just blink. Nice effect sound. So, and then we have Ox bass. Also nice one. By the way, hopefully you find out this new tutorial I created for SubBoomBass-2 about the sequencer. It took me 2 days to create it because there's so much to tell about it. I mean, little things like if you double click here on on something, you can fill it in. So if you don't want to move your mouse, you can do this also. So all kind of little tips are inside of this this video. It's also a nice one. Yeah, so ooh. Yeah, good about the sequence that people did check it. I first my thought was to record it live, but then it will be 2-3 hours. So it's better to make a script and then really, but it's always more work than expected. Yeah, Gert, I think you did a marvelous job. You have some very nice presets. This Dervish. Yeah, it's amazing. Really, very, very well done. So top. So after the live stream, I'll make them available in the info section. Good. Yeah, Kafa is asking this in the chat. Indeed, the Gert 1, Gert 2, this one you see now in the bank manager, Chase, Gert, Dervish, Gert, these are all from Gert Bruins. Maybe we should rename it, make it a bit nicer. Bass, Gert with a capital and then 1. Okay, no. Oh yeah, that's not possible. Yeah, that's a typical thing. If you want to make a capital in a name and it's not different in letter, then it doesn't take it. So, okay, what I will do, because it's also a sequence. It's a sequence. So I'm renaming it now a bit. I will do that after the live stream. So we have it a bit nicer. Here, 1. So you see it, and then so that one I need to rename as well, and I would need to tag them also. So then I would tag them, and I really clean it a bit up with the names. So you see here, and then that looks better if it's sequence 60 plus 106 Gert 1 and Gert 2, and also the other ones which are from Gert, the Chase. Reminds me also very much on a SH101. So cool stuff. So SubBoomBass, yeah, we have some very great response on the new latest release version. So that's a good thing. Okay, maybe I missed something in the chat room. Somebody asked if I would create a Rumpler. No, we have no plans for that. Simply because we are not into the acoustic world. From that perspective, we don't do pianos. There's so much on that subject already. Of course, we have our own typical things like RG, which is having the sampled guitar, but it's a whole different concept. And of course, sampling synthesizer sounds, so that would not be that much fun. I don't think it's interesting, to me, personal opinion, to sample my Jupiter 8, because with a B.I.T, you can create this type of vibe and sounds also simply by using the synthesizer from B.I.T, for instance, or from Predator 2 to have this style of sound. So I would never sample that, because then in the if you have it inside a synthesizer recreated in the style you like to do it. So if I go here to the pads, this is really typical Jupiter as I would create my pad sound. So this is really typically, so it's far more fun, because this is really a synthesizer, and a sample is purely a sample. It's just like a photograph. And so if you would sample like this, then it's impossible to sample, because here you see the modulation wheel opens, the filter. How do you want to sample that? It's of course, sampling makes sense with real instrument, acoustic sounds, like pianos, guitars, drums. But for synth sounds, I say, well, use a real synthesizer. Okay. So slow pad. That sounds a bit like the yeah, that's a good question. The string preset of SubBoomBass-2, that's a real one. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, Gert heard it. I did it by purpose. Gert heard it's Africa, what I played from our music band. Okay, yeah. So if we go back to SubBoomBass-2 in the instrument bank and sound effects, there's a so, and these strings, and let's see if I can find. That's indeed real string. So oscillator 1. Of course, it's a bit more for these type of things. So maybe that's a nasty one. Yeah, of course the samples, we use it in SubBoomBass in a very different way, in a very creative way. So this brass, if you have it as the original sound, let me see if I can play it very fast originally. Oops, now that went wrong. So bypass all effects. So this is the original sample. You hear that? Kaa, how does it say? That's me enjoying a nice cup of coffee. And it's really me, it's my own voice. But very dry recorded, and if you have a very dry recording, you can manipulate a lot afterwards by adding reverb and that kind of thing. So I tuned it very low, go back to original, added some reverb, and also an oscillator, and then you get a really... some cool stuff. That's cool with samples. And that's what we do with SubBoomBass-2, of course, is to... is it gong effects? Yeah, so many. So of course, SubBoomBass-2 is also cool for doing some other weird stuff. You see, therefore it's the instrument and SFX bank. Taiko. Yeah. So let's back. I'm in chat room. Is it the 016 string about the sample? I think so. Yeah, this is string model, so it should be here. In the letter S samples. At least, let's go to these. Here it is, strings. Where is it? Should be in samples 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm looking, but I don't see it. Yeah, here it doesn't add a number. If you look in the sequencer, I cannot find it. If you look in the sequence here, then it gets a number. That's a bit easier. So maybe that's the number you mean, 016. Oh no, waves. No, I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, it's the strings are partially, it's a bit different, but it's partially from the strings from Bluetooth, which is a very nice string sound we have inside of it. So the combination of real strings together with the synthesized strings, that's very nice. The teal strings. And I like to do this really spacey, to have really long decay, and really make it so for ambient type of things, open the and there's a little bit of synth below it. So you see A, B, C, and D are used as synthesizers. So, and that's very soft. But just this tiny bit below the real strings. And that's also the reason why in Bluetooth we have the envelope always visible, because you can make some major changes without going into deep editing. So if I go back with the attack here and the release, then you have a very fast envelope, so the attack is faster. Yeah, and you can combine that with the other. That's cool about Bluetooth. You combine. So here in Bluetooth we have a bit of a rumpler, but it's really the focus is on creating synth sounds. So So here you see also different waveforms, but there are metallic sampled waveforms, vocal type things, and these all combine together. So yeah, Bluetooth is so deep, and yeah, people ask about Bluetooth 3. That will be next year, because yeah, we need to do a lot new things inside of it. And oh yeah, there was also a question about the vocoder. Yes, guys, it's in progress, and today I played around with it and it sounded awesome. We will have some very cool stuff inside of it, so it's far more than a vocoder, and otherwise it doesn't make sense because there are some good vocoders out there already. So we like to do some new stuff. That's what we always love to do. So also in the vocoder there will be some interesting new stuff. So oh, that's a good one. Yeah, a chicken skin. I made a mistake as well, Gert. It's goosebumps, they call it. Yeah, so you see what I mean? Bluetooth is the most versatile synthesizer we have because it has these different types of synthesis on board. Even a Mellotron type of sound. And this is not a Mellotron, and this is a brilliant preset by JoMal using the strings through a bandpass filter and white noise. Nice, isn't it? He also made a great other sound, which is this. So yeah, he said there's also Bluetooth. Okay, this FM synthesis sound. Let me see where it is. Oh, I cannot find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The Toko by JoMal. Absolutely brilliant done. Almost like a real one. I need to shut down my my microphone, but this really shows because how deep Bluetooth is in terms of synthesis, and because of the combination of FM, subtractive, and a very range of samples. Yeah, and we could place this Koto player also in outer space by changing the affix. Or make him go playing Koto on Mars. Nice, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant sound designer, JoMal. Yeah, guys, we are a bit over the time. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week we are back again. If you missed this live stream, you always can watch it back from the start. And of course, I'll make these SubBoomBass presets in the download section. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. And if you like the video, thumbs up. And yeah, it's always a pleasure, and I also enjoy it a lot to do it each week. So thank you. And of course, we go out with the track from Tom again for today. And it's a bit in the theme of this Koto sound, Shanghai. And Tom again, thanks for this very nice demo song. And I go out with that. Bye, guys.